Story time about how my mother-in-law invited some hoe to Thanksgiving. Anyways, y'all know Thanksgiving just passed, and I went over to Georgia to go to my boyfriend's family Thanksgiving as I usually do. And then all of a sudden, when they was making like the Thanksgiving list, I kept noticing like somebody's name on there. Now, this girl has been to my baby's birthday party in October, just like randomly showed up, and I was wondering like, who is this girl? And I asked my boyfriend, I was like, who is that? And he's like, that's my sister's friend. They've been friends like for a long time. And I asked him like, okay, well, what's your history with her? And he's like, nothing, she just been a family friend. I'm like, okay. And next thing you know, when we're getting ready for Thanksgiving and they're going over like the cooking list, who's gonna cook what, and they had like a note that was shared between everyone, and I look and I see this girl's name on the list. And I'm like, why is this girl's name on the list? Wait, so rewind. So I kind of told my boyfriend, like, she showed up to my baby's birthday party. I don't even know her. She didn't even bring a gift. Like, that's tacky. Like, what are you doing here? So it kind of felt like it was giving like, oh, my spot is secured or something. But it's like, I don't like that. If I throw something for my baby's birthday, it's not no open invite. It's invite only. And it was something small at Chuck E. Cheese that I only invited his family. So I really didn't see why was she popping up. And I asked him, I was like, so you think, are they inviting her for Thanksgiving? She gonna go to her own family's house. He was like, oh, she got her own family. She gonna go over there. So I didn't think nothing of it until the shared notes came around. And I seen her name on the list for some peanut oil and beverages. And I'm like, what is her name doing on the list? You just said that she gonna go to her family for Thanksgiving. And he was like, oh, that's what I thought. So I'm like, you know what? I was gonna go if it's like all about family and everything like that. But since y'all adding strangers to y'all Thanksgiving roster and shit, like I'm no longer interested. We need to either just stay home for Thanksgiving or just go to my family's house. So I told his mom we weren't gonna make it for Thanksgiving. And then y'all, I kid you not, this lady starts blowing my phone up, starts texting my man, calling my man, and whatever like that. And she starts hinting because I feel like, when you being messy like that, you kind of know what my issue is, but you don't want to go out and say it. So she wanted to know like why I wasn't coming. But it's like, oh, you know why I'm not coming. So she go around blowing the phones up and just asking all these questions and stuff. And I just left it simple. I didn't make it about that hoe. I was like, oh, we just gonna go to my family's for Thanksgiving. Mind you, she was supposed to get the kids on Thursday. No, Sunday when I came back from my birthday trip for Dallas. She was supposed to get the kids, but I ended up taking my kids. So she was like, oh, we didn't get the kids and we wanted to know if you were still coming for Thanksgiving. And I was like, oh, we'll probably go to my family's house. And then she's like, oh, why? What's the problem? Thanksgiving is very important to me. I really want you guys to come, like this and that. So I'm like, oh, no issue. I'm like not letting it off like it's an issue. I'm like, we're just going to my family. Like I've been with this boy for like so many years, and we've been to his family's house for Thanksgiving because I didn't grow up in a family like that celebrated holidays, so we didn't really do that on my side. So I would just always come to his. But I started thinking of it like, and if it was somebody who was like regular, who had holidays on both sides of the family, sometimes they'll go here, sometimes they'll go there. So why now she's acting all entitled like we have to go when I'm literally telling you I'm going to my family? She was definitely upset, and she was just asking me why, and I just left it at like we're just going to my family's house. So then she says, oh, and I wanted to also talk to you about the blank situation, Brent saying that girl's name. And I'm like, what situation? I never talked to you about her. I never said anything to you about her. And she was like, oh, I just really wanted to get your input and your side of things to see why you feel the way that you feel and this and that. And again, I never talked to his mom about that shit. So you want to know how? I reached out to the girl and I had my own one-on-one with her after my baby birthday party to really figure out like, girl, who is you and why is you here? And just asking her questions. And how about this messy asshole went back and told his mama that I said something to her, as in like, and his mama was coming at me like she was supposed to play Captain Save-A-Hole, trying to be a mediator type shit. Like, this is a grown-ass woman. I ain't talked to you about this shit. I talked to her about it. Now, why is her scary ass going back to you like she about to stop some shit? See, I don't like that. All of that messy shit. Y'all, like and share this video for part 2 so I could tell y'all how it went down after I had to really say something, because at that point, I was pissed off. And also, y'all gonna see in part 2 the part my boyfriend plays in it too, because
you were 16 years old, you had to get it out the mud. Even though you had siblings who didn't have to do the same. So whenever you got your first job, you wanted your nails done, you had to pay for that. You wanted your hair done, you had to pay for that. You wanted to go to prom, you had to pay for that. You wanted a class ring, you had to pay for that. And you also had to choose what bill you wanted to pay in the house. Now, at first you was a little bit salty about it, but now that you're older and more mature, you realize that it made you the woman that you are today. But you knew that whoever you met, decided to be with, would have to have the same type of work ethic that you have. And you dated a few people who didn't, but now you finally found a person that you feel like do. Y'all been living together for over a year. Y'all both pay the bills. It's not 50-50. Because, I mean, he pays more. You just kind of like pitch in. But anyway, as you were saving your money, you decided you wanted a bag. A very expensive bag. A Birkin. So you did what needed to be done and you got it. Not even a week later, y'all house was broken into and it was stolen. Now, some other things were stolen too. A couple of TVs, a man PlayStation, some of the games that went along with it. Looked like they probably would have tried to steal more, but they didn't really have enough time. So y'all filed a police report, submitted a claim with y'all renter's insurance, and went on about y'all day. So then not even 48 hours after the robbery, why you get on social media and you see your man mama posted up in a pork and bean project with a Birkin on. Birkin identical to the Birkin that was stolen out of your house 48 hours prior.
Have you ever walked into your house and your heart just dropped from your chest to your stomach and you was left speechless because you thought you got robbed? Alright, so let's do a little story time. A few years back, I used to live in public housing, right? So one day, me and my son were coming up the stairs. I just picked him up from daycare. As I'm walking up the stairs, I'm smelling this really pungent, acidic, like bleach smell. And it's public housing, so I smell all type of funky ass smells. So I'm not really paying no attention to it, right? But the smell is getting stronger and stronger as I'm approaching my apartment. So I walk up to the door, turn my key, right? I open my door, and when I say my heart dropped, the first thing I saw when I first walked in, the carpet had ketchup, barbecue sauce, mustard, and bleach stains all over it. Like somebody like took a hammer and just hit my flat screen TV. I go in the kitchen, there was dishes on the floor that was shattered everywhere. I go into my bedroom, all of my clothes are laid out on the floor with bleach stains all over them. Like my new clothes I had just got from Forever 21. Like I was hurt, I was mad, I was confused. Like I'm like, did I get robbed? Did I get vandalized? Like I didn't know what the fuck to think. So my top drawer, like I always kept like jewelry in my top drawer, right? Like my little rings and my new Victoria's Secret panties that I just got. All of that was dumped in the toilet. Like all of everything that I had that was like sentimental and stuff, I always kept it in my top drawer. Like my little grandma's necklace, everything. And it was dumped into the toilet. At this time, like, I don't know what to do. Like, I am just frozen. Now, this is the killer part. I go in my son's room, and guess what I see? Nothing. Everything in my son's room was in perfect order. Nothing was touched in his room. Automatically, I knew it was my baby daddy. Who does stuff like that? Who raised you? And now, this another killer part. So, I go outside. Guess who out there sitting on the corner in his car? My baby daddy, because he wanted to see my reaction. That's how devious and evil that he was when we were together. Like, it's not bad enough that you fucked up my entire house. You want me to come outside and be crying and bawling tears, and you want to be able to see it. Girl.